What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Tech and Tactical. Today I got something really cool. So, a while back I did like an unboxing of this knife right when I got it, but I didn't really do much of a video. It was just a quick look and an unboxing. So I wanted to come back now that I've owned the knife for a couple weeks and give you my thoughts on it, and then also give you guys a better look. Like I like to give you guys nice HD close-ups of the knife, of the knives that I look at. So I'm here to do that as well while we're here. So first of all, what is this and why is it so special? So this is one of the Salt series knives, and you'll notice because Spyderco does most of their Salt knives in either yellow or black. This particular one is in yellow, so it's got that kind of classic Salt coloration. But it's also very special because it's the first, it's one of the first Spyderco Salt knives. It might be the first Salt knife. So Spyderco did LC200N, which is this blade steel, when they did like the Spidey shaft and stuff. So they've used the steel before, but this is one of the first ones that the LC200N is actually replacing the H1. In the Native 5 anyway for their Salt. So this thing's pretty sweet. Wanted to give you guys some talk about it, look at it. It's your kind of regular Spyderco box that it comes in. There's what it says if you're curious. But it's your regular Spyderco box, kind of nothing special as far as the box is concerned. But the knife is very, very unique. So the Native 5 is pretty cool. It's actually kind of a small knife for me. It's perfectly good when I choke up, but back here it is relatively small, so it's not making it the whole way to the back of my hand, but it still is comfortable. And the way that Spyderco does this jimping, it's like sharp, but it doesn't hurt. It's this small, sharp jimping that's very effective as far as grip goes. This is a lockback. Spyderco does a lot of lockbacks, but they don't do a ton for their USA knives, so a lot of their Japanese knives are lockbacks. But this one I really like. I'm not a huge fan of lockbacks. I like Spyderco's more exotic locks, like the one that I'm reviewing right now. The new Manix, the 20CV. What was it? Where did I get it? I don't remember now. DLT Trading. Exclusive in 20CV. So I like, some of Spyderco's more kind of, kind of exotic locks. But these back locks are great. These are nice, strong locks. So, I think that it does have that going for it. So let's run down like we normally do, and I'll give you guys kind of my kind of views on the knife. So, blade steel, blade shape, pocket clip, etc. Blade steel, like I said, is LC200N. LC200N is really cool. So it's almost completely stainless. It's not quite as stainless or stain resistant as H1, but it holds an edge a heck of a lot better. So this will hold an edge, up closer to a lot of the kind of modern super steels. As far as edge retention. Sorry that my focus is jumping around. I don't know if I've got it on the wrong setting or what's going on here. It's been a while since I did a review. It's been a couple weeks, so I don't know if I just have it on the wrong setting here or what. But so the LC200N is really cool. It's a type of steel that I've been wanting to try out. A lot of people are saying that it's kind of one of the better steels you can get for EDC, because even if you're in a wet environment or if you use your EDC knife in wet environments, this thing is going to be good to go. You're going to have a real tough time making this rust. Now, that's one of the reasons that I like M390 so much, or 20CV, or 204P, whatever variant you choose, because that steel is also very rust resistant. But I don't want to get too off topic. But anyway, so yeah, I've been wanting the steel anyway. I've been wanting to get a Native 5 anyway. And then, I thought it was cool, to have it in both. And it's cool that they do, just like with the H1, they do this kind of cool LC200N mark on the blade too, which is pretty cool. The blade shape is pretty cool too, because it's like this, it's got this neat top swedge. You see that high swedge there? But it's kind of a leaf shape or similar, kind of classic Spyderco with a full flat grind. It does have the forward finger choil, like I said, with that great sharp jimping that doesn't hurt because it's very small. It is a 4-way pocket clip, which is awesome. Made in USA, which is awesome. So this was kind of a no-brainer. I did switch to pocket clip. Okay, so this brings me to maybe probably my only con for the knife. I do wish that this was a wire clip. I really love the Spyderco wire clips. So I do wish that they had done a wire clip instead. But it's probably because they wanted to do titanium. I don't know. They probably have their reasons. But I really like the design of the handle on this knife too. Just the way that it's, chamfered or recessed in certain places. Even though it's their FRCP or whatever they call it. Their version of like an FRN. So, blade shape pocket clip we touched on. Let's go ahead and compare it. So I did just pull out a Manix. So take a look next to a Manix too. These natives are kind of small. They're on your smaller end of knives. So if you're somebody that likes a full size, like I like to call these full size knives. If you're somebody that likes this size knife, it might be a little on the smaller side for you. But I think it's cool. Like I kind of wanted a smaller knife anyway. And then to have it be a salt and my first LC200N, as I said, it was just really kind of a no-brainer. There's no blade play or anything. I mean, these are real nice knives. These are $115, I think. Maybe they're 120 now with the price increase. There's no blade play at all. The knife is very solid. It feels like you're gonna be fine with this knife for a long time. And then is it centered? Yeah, I mean, it pretty much. I don't know why this won't focus. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty centered. Pretty much perfect. Action's good. So I've heard, let's back the camera up. So I've heard people talk about how theirs doesn't have great action. Mine feels fine. Opens nice and smoothly. It does fall shut. And the way Spyderco designs these, you can let them drop on your hand. Make sure, double check before you do it. But the way that I hold it, it doesn't, it's not going to cut me. You can really throw it forward on your finger and it's not going to hurt anything. So my action is great. Fall shut. I don't have to wiggle it or jiggle it. I just boop, and it falls shut. So I'm fine with my action. A lot of people say but theirs is really scratchy, or it doesn't kind of work as well, but mine seems to work fine. So I don't have any problem with the action on this knife. And it does fold up nicely too, and it sits. It does. I do like. I am a fan of deep carry. But I do like the Spyderco knives that have maybe a little thing to grab on them. Like, it doesn't bother me. Like, the Manix is the same way from the factory. You've got a clip that is it's pretty close to the edge. It's not deep carry, but it's not like you're a whole lot sticking out. It's really just enough to grab. Maybe a little bit more so on the Native. I think a deep carry wire clip would have been the best way to go, but... So, what do I think of it? I really like it. I really like this knife. I think the fit and finish is great. It's made in America. It's LC200N. It's one of these great Spyderco salt knives. I don't actually own... I used to own a salt Dragonfly, but I've never owned any other salt. I've had my eye on a couple of them, but I've never actually got one. So this is my second salt ever, but it's my first LC200N because I do not own a Spidey Chef. Which brings us to value. It's good. It's a good lead-in. Like a Spidey Chef, I don't own one because they're just too expensive. If you look kind of at like the value scale, like the Ganzo knives that I've reviewed on this channel are just like probably a 9 or a 10. They're $20 knives, but they function like a $50 or $60 knife. This is 115, or it was at least when I first saw it, and I think they're up to 120 now. I think the value's still there for a knife like this, which is why, you know, I would have something like this. You know, I think for what you're getting, and certainly resale and everything, these are certainly worth it, in my opinion. But so yeah, I wanted to just let you know that I do have good action on this one. I maybe wish they did a wire clip, but otherwise, really, really great knife. Really glad I got my hands on one. I am going to do a long-term review on this, so I'll put up another video when I have more info for you. Thanks for coming to another episode. Please like and subscribe. Comment below. Tell me what you think of the knife. Tell me what you guys want me to review next. And go check out some of the older videos. All right, later on.